Hi, my name is Judith Rosen. As board chair at Somerville-Cambridge Elder Services and a longtime volunteer, I'd like to welcome you to the third annual Future of Aging Forum. I'm so excited we got to the threes. When we launched the inaugural forum in 2023, we were looking for a way to honor SCES's 50-year commitment to enabling seniors and younger adults with disabilities to live with dignity in the setting of their choice. We do this through behavioral health care management, food and nutrition programs, home care, hospital-to-home assistance, housing supports, money management, my own specialty, protective services, and other initiatives that serve the Cambridge and Somerville communities and beyond, while advancing health, equity, and independence. When we were looking for a fundraiser that would best honor SCES's mission and its Golden Jubilee, then board member Pearl Hines said, "I'd be interested in learning more about the future of aging." And we knew that was something we all cared about, and chose this one-day conference format to look forward toward the best ways to continue to serve our clients and expand partnerships across the aging field. We are delighted to continue this tradition, our second at Boston University, and it opens with a keynote from Dr. Kedar Mate, Chief Medical Officer and co-founder of Qualified Health. We're thrilled to host a lineup of speakers for this afternoon's panel sessions. And finally, it's our honor to close out the day's programming with Robin Lipson, Secretary of the Executive Office of Aging and Independence, and Dr. Asad Saya, President and CEO of Cambridge Health Alliance, who will join us for a fireside chat discussion without a fireside. None of this would be possible without SCES President and CEO Marta Corvello, who, since joining the agency 3 years ago, has helped reimagine and redefine what an aging services access point can and should be in an ever-changing, I'm going to call it post-COVID world. I would also like to thank SCES's wonderful staff who worked hard to bring this event to fruition, as well as my colleagues on the board. Finally, to our generous sponsor, your contributions are a testament to your commitment to SCES's mission. Thank you for your support and belief in the work we do every day. Last year, the forum focused on the vision behind aligning social determinants of health to advance health equity and independence among the aging population. This year, we will explore actionable strategies that all of us can use to turn these goals into a reality. To kick off today's programming, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Marta Corvello. For those of you who haven't had the pleasure to meet her in person yet, I'll just say she is a force. She cares deeply about health equity and addressing disparities across the care continuum, particularly among underrepresented communities. Marta was hired to head SCES in May 2022, bringing nearly 20 years of leadership experience in the health and nonprofit sectors, including 9 as Vice President of Operations at the Greater Lawrence Family Health Center. In 2021, she was named a Commonwealth Heroine by the Massachusetts Commission on the Status of Women for her commitment to equitable access to health care for all residents. Marta holds a master's degree in health and healthcare administration management from Western Governors University, headquartered in Salt Lake City, and a bachelor's degree in international relations and affairs from the University dos Açores in São Miguel, Portugal. She also participated in the LEAD Executive Leadership Fellowship at Harvard. Over the past 3.5 years that I've had the opportunity to work with Marta, what stands out most for me is her willingness to embrace change, actually rush towards change, and tackle challenges such as ageism, racism, and income equality so that everyone has the opportunity to thrive. I'd like to welcome Marta to the podium.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our third annual Future of Aging Forum. We're so excited to have you all here today. I'm Marta Corvello, the President and CEO of Somerville-Cambridge Elder Services. And needless to say, it's been a tough year. Your presence here is not just appreciated, it's essential. This past year has tested our health and human services sector in profound ways, with funding uncertainties, deepening workforce crises, shifting policies, decreased funding, and increased demand have really converged to stretch organizations like SCES and yours thin, and to leave many older adults at greater risk. Providers are being asked to do more with a lot less. Caregivers are burning out, and the systems meant to protect our vulnerable are struggling to keep pace. We face big, long-standing problems, and as Judith pointed out, I'm very impatient because we've been talking about some of these problems for longer than you and I have been alive. So it's time for change. And at SCES, we're not content to just talk about the problems. We are impatient for solutions. We desperately want to move from talk to action, because aging is just not about care, it's about justice. Economic opportunity, stable housing, nutritious food, and meaningful human connection aren't luxuries. They are the building blocks for a dignified life at any age. We envision a society where older adults are not only respected, but fully supported, where the barriers that impact our most vulnerable neighbors are dismantled through equity-driven policy, community collaboration, and bold, compassionate leadership. At SCES, we are thinking beyond silos, beyond divides, beyond walls. My staff always hears me say there's always a partnership to be considered with everyone in this room, because we cannot act alone. We need all of you, the change makers, the advocates, the partners who are helping to shape a future where every person can age with dignity, choice, and connection. Last year, our forum envisioned a future defined by person-centered, wraparound services built on cross-sector collaboration. We took that very, very seriously. And over the last 12 months at SCES, we have been focusing on developing a model of care that clearly demonstrates our value proposition as an agency and our impact. And we've implemented several interventions that prevent and address challenges before they emerge. By strengthening community infrastructure, improving coordination between health and social systems, and investing in policies that foster inclusion, mobility, and independence, we can create a sustainable foundation for healthy aging. While we've seen continued innovation, the process, as you all know, has not been linear. This year, we're set our sights and translating our vision into action, and not just talking about what needs to change, but pushing forward with the clarity and urgency these times demand. We are honored today to be joined by a powerful lineup of speakers and panelists who will speak candidly about the challenges ahead, from workforce shortages and underfunded long-term care systems to the promise and perils of integrating technology. And at the center of every conversation, there's the belief that older adults deserve care that is equitable, coordinated, and dignified. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize our incredible sponsors that made today's event possible. We are deeply grateful for each of you, and your investment in our forum reflects a shared commitment to advancing health equity and independence for older adults. Please join me in welcoming our silver sponsors, City Fresh Foods, East Cambridge Savings Bank, Right at Home, and United Healthcare. Thank you. And our bronze sponsors, Needham Bank, Associated Home Care, Borislow Insurance, Commonwealth Care Alliance, Homemaker Services, Marsh & McLennan, Metropolitan Home Health Services, Mount Auburn Hospital, Beth Israel Lahey Health, the Cambridge Homes, Eastern Bank, all-at-home healthcare, Friendly Care, Lifeline, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Anodyne Homemaker Services, BU Center for Aging and Disability Education and Research, Cambridge Health Alliance, Kasner Edwards, Green Cab and Yellow Cab of Somerville, Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, Homeowners Rehab, Point 32 Health Foundation, Suburban Home Healthcare Services, and Tufts University. That was a long list. Thank you all so much. And to our SCS contributors, Harvard University, Massachusetts Alliance of Portuguese Speakers. They had to come through for me. As you all know, I'm Portuguese. Hi, Paula. VNA of Eastern Mass, Senior Living, SCAN Personal Services, Cambridge Neighbors, Payne Senior Services. Thank you all so much. And I'll also like to take a moment to express our deep gratitude to the elected officials and public leaders joining us today. Senator Pat Jalen, Representative Thomas Stanley, Representative Steve Owens, Cambridge City Councilor Katrin Zuzzi, and representatives from the office of Senator Scott Brownsberger, Congresswoman Katrin Clark, and to Cambridge City Mayor Denise Simmons, who will join us a little later today, and Cambridge City Councilor Aisha Wilson, who will join us later today. Thank you all so much. Oh, there you are, you arrived. Thank you so much. I also want to thank my bosses for entertaining my madness, my impatience, our phenomenal board of directors who have been so supportive of our evolution over the last 3 years. Thank you all so much. I don't know what I would do without you. And most importantly, to our incredible staff who are so dedicated and spent countless hours putting this event together. Thank you, SCS staff. Thank you, SCS board. You're the best. This year, we're thrilled to welcome Dr. Kedar Mate as our keynote speaker, a visionary leader in age-friendly health systems movement and the founder of Qualified Health. Dr. Mate brings deep insight in how technology and the 4Ms framework can be harnessed to improve care across all settings. His keynote will challenge us to think more boldly about how we integrate innovations in ways that enhance, not replace, the human touch that is at the heart of aging services. Later today, we'll hear from our panelists on how Massachusetts can continue to lead in building age-friendly health systems. The stakes are very high. A recent report by the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts Foundation and Manat Health projects that our state will need over 23,000 new direct care workers by 2030, basically just to meet demand. At the same time, the Commonwealth Fund's 2025 scorecard on state health system performance ranked Massachusetts last in the nation for hospital readmissions among Medicare beneficiaries. The gap between access, outcomes, and capacity demands urgent attention and bold innovation. And at SCS, we see every day how outdated systems and fragmented communication translate into real human consequences. I would like to share a story about one of our clients, Marisol. She lives in one of our supportive living sites, never misses a bingo game, and is a fierce advocate for the rights of older adults with disabilities, a community that she's part of. She lives with MS and requires near constant care. While she initially received 10 hours of home health aid support, as you can imagine, it just fell short of what she needed to live safely and independently. And that's where Diane came in, Marisol's closest friend and devoted caregiver. Diane provided assistance well over the hours Marisol was approved for, with things such as baiting, grocery shopping, meals, dressing, companionship. And for a time, she was compensated through a program that is called Take Charge, which allows participants to hire and supervise their own personal care attendants, allowing for some more flexibility and choice in how their care is delivered. But when Marisol became eligible for Medicaid, everything changed. The transition meant a maze of paperwork, long wait times, and multiple provider meetings. Diane stayed by her side through it all, but went completely unpaid for an extended period of time. And this is because Marisol just moved from one system to another. Had Diane not stayed by her side, Marisol would have faced admission to a nursing home, a setting that in Massachusetts costs on average $15,000 monthly. Diane kept showing up, even without compensation. SCS helped to bridge the gap with community donations from our fundraising efforts, but the truth is that a caregiver should never have to rely on charity. Diane's dedication is extraordinary, but our care system should not depend on extraordinary individuals to hold it together. Nationally, more than 53 million people serve as unpaid family caregivers, and nearly 1 in 5 provide over 40 hours of care each week, often while juggling their own family responsibilities, jobs, and their own health. Their labor, love, and sacrifice keep our entire long care system afloat. But our care infrastructure should not depend on unpaid heroism to hold it together. So what went wrong? Could stronger partnerships, smarter policy, better integrated systems have prevented this disruption in care? And more importantly, how do we all work together to ensure it does not happen again? As policymakers, providers, and advocates, we must shift from reactive to proactive, from fragmented to integrated, and from good intentions to lasting impact. Today is just not a chance to reflect, but to act, to connect, to challenge assumptions, to push our thinking, and to focus on partnerships. Because real change, believe it or not, doesn't always start with legislation or funding. More often, it begins with a conversation, a collaboration, an idea that is just shared across the table. And I really hope that you all focus on that today. It's a big part of why we've put these forums together.